It started with a single heartbreaking post. A few short words that carried the weight of an entire lifetime of friendship, music, and memories. "My heart is heavy," wrote music icon Paula Abdul, mourning the sudden and shocking loss of her former bandmate and close friend, Cleto Escobedo II. The world of music and television was left in disbelief after learning that Cleto, the longtime bandleader of Jimmy Kimmel Live, had passed away unexpectedly at the age of 59. What makes this story even more emotional is not just the loss of a beloved musician, but the ripple of grief that has swept through Hollywood. Cleto wasn't just another name in the entertainment industry. He was the rhythm behind the laughter, the soul behind the sound, and a cherished presence both on and off the stage. Paula Abdul, who shared a deep connection with Cleto from their early days in the music industry, was among the first to publicly express her sorrow. In her heartfelt tribute, she described Cleto as a bright light with an even brighter soul, saying his laughter could light up any room. Her words painted the picture of a man whose music wasn't just heard, it was felt. For those who may not know, Cleto Escobedo II had been a cornerstone of Jimmy Kimmel Live since the show's debut in 2003. But his story began long before Hollywood lights ever found him. Born and raised in Las Vegas, Cleto was surrounded by music from a young age. It was in his blood. His father, Cleto Escobedo Sr., was also a respected musician, and together they represented a generational legacy of sound that blended jazz, funk, and soul into something uniquely their own. It was this musical mastery that brought Cleto into the spotlight. Over the years, he performed with numerous artists, toured the world, and eventually became an irreplaceable part of Jimmy Kimmel's show. But more than his talent, it was his personality, his humor, warmth, and humility that made everyone love him. On Jimmy Kimmel Live, Cleto wasn't just a band leader. He was part of the show's heartbeat. When the news of his passing broke, fans, colleagues, and celebrities alike flooded social media with tributes. Many recalled Cleto's infectious smile and the way he made everyone around him feel at ease. For Paula Abdul, the loss hit particularly hard. The two had shared the stage years before, performing side by side in the electric world of live music. Paula's message wasn't just a tribute. It was a goodbye to a friend who had played a significant role in her journey as an artist. In her post, Paula wrote, "Cleto wasn't just a bandmate. He was family. His spirit, his laughter, and his love for music will live on forever. Rest in rhythm, my friend." Her words resonated with fans who understood that this was more than a professional loss. It was deeply personal. Meanwhile, Jimmy Kimmel, who had already delivered an emotional monologue honoring Cleto on his show, shared Paula's post, adding, "We all loved him, more than words can say." Kimmel's raw grief during his on-air tribute brought many to tears. He described Cleto not just as a musical partner, but as a brother he'd known since childhood. Together, Jimmy and Cleto grew up in Las Vegas, dreaming of the entertainment world that would one day embrace them both. The death of Cleto Escobedo II marks the end of an era, not only for Jimmy Kimmel Live, but for those who grew up watching the late-night show's signature band chemistry. Cleto's saxophone solos and spontaneous smiles were part of what made the show feel human and alive. Losing him feels like losing a piece of that warmth. Behind the scenes, sources close to the show described the atmosphere as heartbroken and quiet. Crew members and fellow musicians are still processing the loss. As one band member shared, "Cleto was the glue that held us together. His laughter was contagious. He made even the toughest days feel light." Paula Abdul's tribute has sparked a wave of nostalgia among fans who remember her early music career, a time when artists like Cleto helped shape the sound of pop and soul in the late 80s and 90s. Many are revisiting old performances, sharing clips of Paula and Cleto performing live, and leaving heartfelt comments about how much his music meant to them. In the days following his passing, tributes have poured in from all corners of the entertainment industry. Musicians, producers, and fans have all united to honor a man who quietly touched millions with his art. His passing is a stark reminder of how fragile life is, and how deeply one person's passion can influence so many others. Cleto Escobedo II leaves behind a powerful legacy of music, love, and friendship. His melodies will continue to echo through every note played by those he inspired. And for Paula Abdul, Jimmy Kimmel, and everyone who had the privilege of knowing him, Cleto will always be remembered not just as a phenomenal musician, but as a beautiful soul who made the world a little brighter every time he picked up his saxophone. As Paula wrote in her final words to him, "Heaven just got a little groovier. Play on, Cleto."